welcome back. And in today's video, I want to share this reflection that my wife had shared with a friend of ours who was struggling with the idea of surrender. And then there was this other person that I had met who was also kind of struggling with the idea of what surrender looked like. And so I decided I would share what the Holy Spirit had revealed to my wife. So here's the message that she sent. Have you heard the parable about the lost sheep on the rocky cliff? It reminded me of many parts of our conversation yesterday. The lost sheep ended up on the edge of a cliff, and Jesus saw the sheep and went to it. But it would get scared when he approached it. Jesus doesn't want the sheep to fall off the cliff, so instead he would sit by it and look over to watch it. Each day that passes, the sheep would get weaker and weaker. He would try to reach out to check on the sheep, but it still had its own strength to stand on. So Jesus would wait patiently. One day the sheep could no longer stand on its own, and it's only then, when the sheep is on the verge of death, that Jesus can reach down and pick it up. For me, that's what it's like to surrender when there's nothing else I can do, when I am at the weakest and have lost all strength to stand and do whatever it is. I pray for God to take over and get me out of the situation. Somehow he always follows through. Whether it's a big thing or a small thing, the Holy Spirit will guide you in what to do. It's like he gives you the wisdom and knowledge you need to fix the situation. If you think it's coming from your own mind and it's your idea, then it is your own idea. You are still the standing sheep. But then, at some point you say, okay, really this time I am exhausted. I don't know what else to do to fix this. Jesus, I can't do this without you. I surrender. All of a sudden, this brilliant thought comes out of nowhere. That's when you know it's the Holy Spirit. It's in line with honesty and love. There's no guilt or shame in what you have to do, and it's usually a simple fix that moves really fast. That's the Holy Spirit moving. He can only move as quickly as you allow him to. That's the fruit of surrender. And man, that's such a beautiful, powerful image to see that, Jesus is right there and that he's watching us and he's ready to be there when we recognize that we are weak. Because when we are weak, that's when he can be strong in us and for us. But, we've been conditioned by this world to think that we're strong on our own. But if we are strong on our own, then we don't need Jesus. But we do. We do need the strength that Jesus gives us by the power of his Holy Spirit. And it's only through that Holy Spirit that we can love. But first, we need to surrender, our desires and our wants and stuff to allow Jesus to work in us. So just want to share that with you all. Hopefully, this gives you hope. And thank you for watching.